Home service from the Midlands. Places where they sing. Today we're visiting St Michael's College at Tenbury in Worcestershire, and the programme is introduced by Peggy Bacon.
This anthem, which the choir of St Michael's is singing, was composed by the founder of the college, Sir Frederick Ouseley. He was a most remarkable man. He started off in life with the Duke of Wellington as a godfather, played a piano duet with Mendelssohn when he was 8, and became Professor of Music at Oxford and Precentor of Hereford Cathedral. He founded St Michael's because church music at the time was rather in the doldrums, and he wanted to gather together a model choir that would spread its influence far and wide, and whose singing would be a daily offering to the glory of God in its own chapel. So he bought some land in the gently wooded countryside of Worcestershire, and there he built his college, modelling it on a 14th century monastic establishment. Well, that was over 100 years ago. Today, St Michael's is a prep school with some boys who have scholarships and sing in the choir, and some who don't. I went down there a little while ago, and I was shown round by two of the boys, Mark and Andrew. It was a lovely day, and we stood by the sports field and chatted. I asked Mark about some of the things they do in their spare time.
Well, there's Cubs and Scouts, and, well, the Cubs have one Leaping Wolf, 8 Second Stars, and quite a few people with badges. But the Scouts, this term is the camping term, when every weekend 1 or 2 patrols go down to the football field and they pitch up the tents, and they're allowed to stay there for 2 days and 1 night. And they cook their own food. They're allowed to use axes, and but they have to come back on Sunday and sleep because of the Monday school.
The boys who don't sing in the choir get together quite a lot too, and air their voices. Mark and Andrew took me along to the nice new theatre where the scenery is boy-sized, and I asked them about the school plays.
Well, we had a play, when was it? A couple of terms ago.
Yes.
And we're going to have one at the end of next term.
Were you in it?
Yes, I was Celia.
Were
She was a girl.
Did you get your leg pulled?
Yes.
Being a girl?
Yes.
What
and,
were you in it? Yes.
And this next term, I'm going to be Ophelia.
Are you?
Maybe
You always
I-
get the girls' part.
Yes,
It's a fine
because
thing.
it's quite good.
What about you, Andrew? Do you take part in school plays?
Yes, I was one of the field mice in Toad of Toad Hall. And the last play we did was Amiens, the minstrel.
Now, what about school life? What time do you have to get up in the morning? Does it make a difference if you're musical or not?
Yes, if you're musical, you have various times to practice. Each person has his own time to practice, and if you happen to be on the list to practice in the early mornings, you have to get up 7:10.
Ooh, is that what time you have to get up?
Yes.
What do you practice then?
The flute.
The flute, do you?
And I
What about-
practice the piano in the evenings?
My goodness, you work jolly hard then. What about you, Mark?
Well, I don't play the piano or anything like that, but I'd like to. And my Father says I could if I wanted, so I might ask him.
Andrew, you're the head chorister, is that right?
Yes.
And you're not in the choir, Mark. What are
No.
you called?
Well, I'm a commoner.
A commoner, I see.
Yes.
And what does that mean?
Well, it means that you're just kind of common, I suppose. And you're not in the choir, and you don't do any music usually.
Do you mind that?
Well, sometimes, yes. I'd like to be in the choir sometimes.
Why would you?
Well, they seem to have a lot of fun. And well, in services, you just stand there while they're singing, and you feel you'd like to take part.
I can understand Mark wanting to sing with them, especially when it's one of their favourites, a Latin motet, Gaudent in Celis. The souls of the saints rejoice in heaven. The warden, that's what the headmaster's called, took me into the library where the choir rehearses. It's a lovely room, lined with leather books and with piano, harpsichord and spinet, and some rather Renaissance-looking chairs. People come from all over the world to see the priceless music manuscripts in the strong room, and we went inside. You've been in here, Mark?
No.
This is the first time.
Yes.
Come on in.
Great, big, strong room.
My goodness, looks like a prison, doesn't it?
Yes.
What do you think we're going to find, Mark?
Well, I think the Messiah by Handel.
Do you?
Just inside the door, yes.
Come on, let's go and have a look.
So it's divided into two parts. We've got manuscripts all down this side and printed stuff on the other side.
Is it all music? No.
It's all music,
music.
or writings on music. It's said that this is the greatest collection of music in the British Isles, apart from British Museum and the Bodleian and the Cambridge University Library. And as Mark said just now, we've just come across Messiah. This is the manuscript which Handel and his secretary, Christopher Smith, prepared for the first performance of Messiah in Dublin. And a lot of it is in Handel's own writing, and on all the bits, he's got his own notes with the names of the soloists and so on. Here, for instance, is Rejoice Greatly, which is all in his own hand.
And he used this, did he, for all the rest of his life?
He used it at every performance he conducted, yes.
Handel's own score, locked away in the strong room. But Handel's Messiah filling the chapel with sound year after year. After tea, Mark and Andrew took me puffing up the spiral staircase to see their dormitory.
Well, my bed's just over there opposite the window. Just there.
What an interesting crucifix, Andrew. What is it?
It's one of Christ in Glory that I got for my confirmation.
Does everyone have one for their confirmation?
Well, if they want one, yes. The warden always gives the candidates a present, and
You wanted one?
yes.
What about you, Mark? Which is your bed?
Well, that's my bed over there. And you see the heron there?
Hmm.
Well, that was made in India out of teak wood, and there's a real cobra skin purse by it.
And how
For
many?
keeping stuff.
How many of you sleep in here?
32.
32. Is it noisy?
Well, unless we're kept under control, yes.
Andrew, tell me something about singing in the choir. What sort of things you sing and how often?
We sing matins and evensong every day, except Saturday when we don't have an evensong. And on Sunday we don't have matins, we have a sung Eucharist instead.
And this is a parish church of
St. Michael's.
St. Michael's. So people come from outside to your church?
Yes.
That's nice, isn't it? And you sing an anthem?
Yes.
Every day?
Every service, yes.
That's a lot of music, isn't it?
Yes.
And does it make you like church, going to church more or less?
More. I much prefer to go to a church when they've got music, and not just a plain service.
What I mean is that singing in the choir and having to come to church twice a day hasn't put you off going to church.
Oh, no.
And you know, I believe that Andrew really means that. Well, then we walked through the cloisters leading to the chapel, past green lawns and creeper-covered walls. And I ended my visit looking at the lovely altar, whose canopy is just like a picture from a medieval manuscript, and listening to the full choir, 7 men, 5 of them masters, and 16 boys, as they sang to the glory of God, Greater Love Hath No Man, by John Ireland.
In that recorded programme, Places Where They Sing, Peggy Bacon described St. Michael's College, Tenbury, and introduced the warden and some of the boys.